Hello there, fellow electrical engineers. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Ostranauts, Fire in the Hold. Episode 18, Firing Up Fusion to Keep the Lights On. Okay, so we have the wall structure. Now I need the cables. Before I bother doing the cables, let's check on our power levels for our, for everything. Because I know I'm hungry and, like, tired, but... yeah... I will grab a batch of cables, but, like, that's probably all the time I have. Because, power's low on our ship. There's access hatches on this type of ship. Sometimes... I don't see any now, though. Oh, no, there's an access hatch right here. You're right. Yeah, let's grab it. No, not the cable, you dummy. I guess I'm the dummy. So the access hatches suck as doors. And they're actually not allowed for a lot of the room designations. You require a door, not a hatch. So they make it so that things aren't proper rooms if you care about valuation. But yeah. I'm going to want the other two access hatches just so I don't have to buy them. No, not the conduit. Dang it. Because I figure I'm going to want the ability to perfectly vent out other sections of my future ship as well. Access hatches are way faster than pumps. Because, I mean, you could hypothetically have like a turbo pump set to maximum turbo, whatever, but it's going to be noisy, it's going to be power hungry. Oh, what the hell? Oh my god, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? You can't park here, mate! Oh my god, am I freaking... Are you kidding me? Stop! Stop! Are you a pirate? Alright. Get to the panel, dude. What? Okay. I will grab cables later. Because CZ4N is doing something weird and I don't want to be around for it. Plus, I need power, I need sleep, I need food. Okay, they didn't park here, but like, they were doing something sketch. They were doing some donuts in a parking lot level stupidity. I don't know what the hell they're doing, but I'm out. I'm going back to K-Leg. All right, there is this ship kind of in the way, so I'm gonna intentionally not go straight back to K-Leg because I would hit stuff. Tools have good power. Okay. So I'm just going to auto-restore while we're traveling back. Because I know I have a bajillion things to sell. And I would like to get rid of all this stuff. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. He's flying backwards for reasons. But he almost hit me. I mean, we had like less than a kilometer away from one another, which is why I was like, oh, the hell with this, and just got back into my ship and booked it. Because no point in dying because some Yahoo decided to, like, crop dust, or, you know, yeah, essentially crop dust me with his, like, exhaust fumes. Maniac. Okay. Stop. So, very low on N2, which will be fixed once we hook up the Hydras. And we're pretty low on power, need some sleep, need some food. So this was a good pit stop time anyway. And on top of that, I will be able to fuel up my tanks because I have everything I need to launch fusion. So once I do a quick rest, we'll actually fire up our fusion reactor to generate power for our batteries. I just need to wire them up first, which means paying for the fuel now and then getting out to a wreck and like stripping wires off of it so I can wire up my reactor room. Imagine if there was a multiplayer, players would kill each other all the time. In fact, if it was multiplayer, I think like there wouldn't be a K-leg because players would also kill everyone in K-leg all the time. So you'd have to have like plot armor for a lot of things. And I kind of like that like K-leg doesn't have plot armor. So, you know, I probably can put this away. I don't need to. I mean, no one at K-leg will care, but like running around with a cutlass in my hands sends the wrong signal that I'm friendly. All right, so we're filling up heavy water and helium and nitrogen and oxygen. So we have all the tanks. And yes, these tanks need to be restored. Again, if we take the look at the damage, this heavy water tank is pretty damaged. Walls are pretty damaged. But, you know... Oh, the other cool thing that I wanted to show before I do anything else is let's go over to the commerce and do evaluation. I should have a reactor room now. If I do a ship rating. Because we have added a reactor room and the game should tell me as such. I've never been here before? Okay. Stepping off the tram at K-Leg's commercial district, the difference is immediately apparent. It's not nicer, but a lot less worn out. Like, less people come here, or at least less rough and tumble types. The main point of interest is the Port Authority office, a place every captain inevitably becomes familiar with as they navigate the web of red tape surrounding spaceport operations. Usually you'll find at least a few pilots and ship owners slouched in line here, down on their luck, hoping for a break. The longer the line, the more likely the nice clerk is on duty today. It also has a shipbroker, medical kiosk, and colony embassies. So, a quick overview. You've got a bar. You've got the medical kiosk if you're hurt or need medical stuff. You've got the kiosk for ships, which is where I wanted to go. This is also where you buy a transponder if you break your own transponder, or where you buy other ships. You have the Port Authority office, and then you have citizenship stuff. So I'm rating my own ship right now just to see, and it will show you like the rooms and the valuation and all that jazz. Cool. Thank you for the resub. So here we go. We have a reactor room, a bridge, and an airlock. So yes, it's a reactor room now. Cool. And if I was to sell my ship, it's worth 1.4 mil. If I wanted to buy, let's say I wanted to buy, the ship no, it's not for sale. Buy the derelict. So I've been to a lot of these couriers because I got my parts from them. And you can also see like this is the ship I've been stripping for parts. It's worth 2.2 mil. But you can see like what's else out there. So this is like a freighter, you know, and if you want to find like, let's see. Like this passenger shuttle would have a lot of chairs. It has like a reactor room and you can figure out like where it is. It's 73 kilometers away. So this is another way to figure out, like, oh, where is there something worth salvaging? Because, like, you can figure out its distance and then work out where it might be in space given the distance. And then this is the embassies. So if you wanted citizenship for K-Leg, tough luck. They don't actually sell it at K-Leg, which is, you have to go somewhere else to buy it. So there's investor visa and skilled labor visa, but not like other visas here. But that's not the goal either. I just wanted to see if it rated as a reactor room, and it did. What else do I need to do here? I don't know if the shop portals have turned over. I'm actually going to check the Mescaform. I'll check the black market. I'm also going to want to buy like a bed because I haven't found one yet. So Shelby, what do you sell? Nothing I'm looking for. If I needed a cryo pump, but yeah, the black market almost never has anything. So I don't really have space at the moment to like buy stuff. But the Sundries vendor pretty much has the same stuff every time. So the things that I don't yet have that I'll probably end up buying is wall lights. Here's a secondary airlock if you wanted to buy it for 104. A sleeping bunk, but I don't have space. Actually, I could buy it right now and drag it back. Maybe I'll do that. And then I do have a toilet, fridge, sink already, I think. I already have an Atmos scrubber. So basically, it's just the bed and maybe some bins, but I'll get bins off of some salvage ship. So this is my bed. There's, the bunks are comfortable. As you can see, they have this comfortable tag. There's a medical bed that you can buy that is not comfortable, but will help you heal. For now, I want a comfortable because I'm going to be traveling for multiple days, and almost all of that time I'll be like in bed under high G burn. So a comfortable bed would be kind of nice to have. For now, I'm just going to leave it here. I'll deal with it later. So, I have 2 hours of license left. So what I want to do is I want to sell... I don't even need these air vents now. I'm going to sell as much as I can right now. That is like new. Oh, I was at the fence. I should have... Well, whatever. Should have sold whatever the fence would take to the fence, because they pay better. And then I'm going to sleep, and then once I wake up, I'll buy a new license. I don't want to buy a license right before I sleep. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, pristine nav console is worth a lot. I think this is the spare lance. Oh, it even has a battery? Holy hell. Oh my god. Okay, I'm going to leave that alone because I don't have a second battery for that. I think these are spare helmets. Just 150k. You know, no big deal, right? And that's not even everything. This is just what I obviously can part with. So let's take a look how the ship looks now. A might bit cleaner. So we have the optical sensors I wanted to keep. The iris sensors I wanted to keep. This vent was just not in a sail zone. And the doors, CO2 scrubber, hydras. Yeah, I basically sold everything I intended to sell. But I don't need 3 Weber lasers. So I'll sell this one, because this one is fully repaired. I'll just pick it up. And keep this one because it has a battery, which is essentially a spare battery. So I've already named my torch. I didn't realize this one came with battery. That just makes it even better. So it's a broken battery, but that could be fixed. Because I have a Weber charger, I just don't. I don't have any batteries in it. Didn't have a swap battery, I hadn't bought one yet. I guess I didn't need to. Because now I have one. That's amazing. Alright, let's sell this Weber laser. And now with 2 Webers, I can repair the Weber too. Like, it can repair itself. So this Weber laser is in my backpack. There it goes. Alright, 300k. Not bad, not bad. I know my license is going to be out of date in like 2 in-game hours, so let's take a quick rest after... I'll eat after I rest. And then I'll try to get Fusion up and running. If I can manage that quickly. Oops. So, roster. Sleep. Oop. My suit ran out of power. Whatever. So it's not keeping me cool. Oh no! It doesn't matter. Time for a meal. Give me... prawn. Spot prawn curry. Oh, speaking of which, I had Indian food last night. It was great. There is space now for me to drag the bed into my, like, storage area. Because there wasn't before. And now, I'm just gonna go out to any old wreck and, like... Oh, I didn't need this vent. I'll just sell it at the license. Oh, I don't have a license. I need to buy a license. So we'll buy a 72-hour license. I think we'll do just fine. All right. Current goal, wire up the reactor and turn it on. I have an extra helmet that didn't make it into the sale, but not a big deal. I'm not going to worry about that. Oh, do I have fees? Oops. Pay the Port Authority. Alright, now I can go. So yeah, I could buy some cables here at K-Leg, but like, they are only going to sell like 6. I need something like 60. And I'd rather not buy them if I can help it. So I'm just going to go out to anything that looks okay out here. Yeah, here's a big old ship. That should have plenty of stuff for me. Plus, a ship that has the... Oh god, what the hell happened here? Why is my relative velocity negative 400? I forgot to pay for new power, but it doesn't really matter if I'm about to turn on my reactor. For some reason or another, when I undocked from K-Leg, I got thrown into 1036 Ganymede at 400 meters a second. Or something. Am I misinterpreting this? Yeah, no, I'm not. Oh, that ship is moving. Oh, yes. It's being dragged by a hauler. That explains it. I'll go here instead. Thank you, Quantum. Apparently, I'm oblivious to physics. This is also a reactor ship. Ultimately, I want to hit up reactor ships because I need one more helium tank. to like really make the trip out to Ceres, because 2 is not enough. Ideally, more than 1 more. All right, so we're there in 9 minutes. Cool. Oh, crap. Yo, don't hit me! I swear to God, these guys are idiots. Oh my God, that was close. So this is a, this is the boneyard dumping more new ships here. So I know that ship is, like, decent, because it had reactor stuff on. Well, potentially decent. Oh, whoops, my battery's out. I don't want to suffocate. Yeah. There we go. The game slowed down its like time progression because it's like, yo, you're kind of asphyxiating. You might want to fix that. And you're not wrong. Your suit acts as like built-in AC when you wear it, even without a helmet. So I might need to skirt around CP3 or 5C or whatever it was. So let's hop in the cap chair. Do some manual adjustments here. All right. Looking good. Oh, it's a double docker. We have an aux dock to uninstall. That's some money. Assuming that there's no, like, murder pirate here. I just jinxed myself, didn't I? No, it looks empty. Let's put price. There we go. Yep, secondary airlock. Oh God, it's a meat ship. It's a meat ship. Where's the meat? Where is the meat? All right, let's put heat vis in. What? Why am I craving something meaty? I don't see the threat anywhere. So, little spoiler, there is, there's the possibility that ships are infected with, like, self-replicating meat. Think John Carpenter's The Thing. And, it moves slowly, but it will devour you and your ship. And if you have anything meat-related in your, like, logs, chances are it's a meat ship, and you have to destroy it, or undock from it, or avoid it, and leave before it spreads to your boat. I don't see any meat remnants here, though. I don't actually actively see any meat here. So that's what I was craving, like, weird meat usually references, but, like, I don't see it, so I'm safe. So I'm quickly just poking through the shelves, and then I'll grab the cables for the reactor. Perhaps it's in the fridge? I mean, it could be. Could be in a bin. I've never seen it like that, but I'm not going to discount the possibility. Ooh, grab pens. And rad pens. Rad pens sell for a lot. More rad pens. Hello. That's some real money. Can you stop decorating it amorously? It's freaking me out, dude. I also had mentioned wanting thrusters, but they're kind of dime a dozen, so I mean, I'd rather get the reactor on right now and show you guys how to, like, power it up. So that's kind of my big priority. Alright, I don't really need, okay, put this away. Let's put the rad pens down so I have more space for cables. Ossifex. Okay, cool. Orders. Uninstall conduit. Bang. Some of it is jumper cable style, and I'll just, like, not pick it up. How's my tools? Fine and fine. Cool. I don't see... there's no telltale signs of meat, so I think it was just, like, a false positive. There's nothing spreading anywhere. I'm not worried about it. I have discovered some clues already, if you're wondering. I've discovered one clue so far. I just didn't follow up on it. I don't want to spoil anything, though. So that's all that I'll say at this point. So I'm going to go a little overtime, because I do think actually getting the reactor up and running would be nice. I think at... I don't know how many more I'm going to want, but I'm going to cancel whatever remains. And let's go start scooping it all up. So the plan is to get the reactor and then do the perimeter cabling. So orders. For now, I'm going to keep it really simple. Install, power, conduit. I'm going to intentionally not put one here and start here. I'm not putting one there because I want to restore these cables before I run any power through them. Because I don't want damaged cables with running power, because that's going to spark. And do I have power overlay? Yeah. So you can see where I need power. This is the door, but I absolutely need to run power cables to where you see the power lines, but I might as well just run it around the perimeter. It wouldn't hurt. So like the pellet feeders, for instance, aren't powered. They're controlled by the fuel regulator. Install. Power conduit. Personally, I just like to do the full loop. I mean, it looks nice. It's reasonable. It's not that much more to restore. Alright, now it's important for me to have damage overlay, because I'm going to want to restore these cables before I turn anything on. And I think for time, I'm going to go through the abridged fusion startup, but I will explain how to do it and what to do. Where am I going? Okay, stand here. There we go, conduit. Nope, nope, conduit. I know I could micromanage it, but I'm trying to auto-task it. Alright, now, to plug it in, let's put this conduit on the ground. This is, like, overly cautious. You don't really need to do this. It's not gonna, like, I'm in vacuum, so it's not going to blow up. But installing it in... Oh my god, I missed. That was a nice try. Try that again. Okay. Now, power overlay. And as you can see, the fusion reactor has running power from the rest of the ship. Okay. Now that that's done, walk over to the fusion reactor and go to the control panel. And you can use the ignition sequence on the left as a rough guide on how to power it up. So the first thing we need to do is to turn on the power to the reactor off of our ship batteries, because you need to supply power to the reactor in order to do its startup sequence. And then once the reactor is fully running, then you can put it on charge, CHRG, to generate power for your ship. All right. Alright, now the capacitor in the reactor is charging. And it's ready. Alright, next up, we want to do LAS align, which is this button, on. Pellet feed, this button, on. Pellet feeder won't show green, don't worry about that. It will come. Next up, cryo. On. Fuel reg. On. Field coils front and rear. On. MHD. On. And ignition is a go. Now, normally, if you had fuel in your core already, you would turn the core purge to rough or turbo. Turbo's a little overkill. Turn it to rough, purge out the core pressure if you had core pressure ahead of time, which I didn't because I just installed it, and then turn it back off. Make sure to put core pressure back off. If you don't, your reactor is going to be constantly purging your fuel, which is super dumb. It wastes a lot of fuel. It's dumb because I've been there and done that. All right, now the reactor is turning on, spooling on, and kind of like settling into an idle mode. Everything's fine. Even though it's not red, or it's red, it's not an issue. It's settling into a rhythm, essentially. And then, as you see, it will start idling at a really low rate. Because I'm not using it as a fuel source, or as a thrust source. And now that it's on and idling, set the battery bus to charge. Alright, if I walk over here to my... And Shelby, I'm not helping you. Nope, not helping either of you guys. If I head over to my batteries... Or just nav station will work. As you can see, my power is going up, not down. I am generating power. I'm not using it. And if I take a look at the batteries here, as you can see, it's being added plus 119 kilowatt hours. So my power is going up because I have a running fusion reactor. Humming down there. Nice. Now I still need one more helium tank to make a decent burn up to Ceres. And then I'd also like to hook up thrusters and optical sensors and stuff like that around my reactor, because I don't have that yet. So what I'm going to do right now is installing some sensors. So I'm going to put a sensor here. Which means I need, like, power in my walls, too. So I'm not done, necessarily, with the reactor room. I'm just far closer to its final state. And it is running, so it's generating power. And I no longer need to constantly worry about the amount of power that I have. And to make pit stops to K-Leg for power. And once you generate your own power, then you can, you know, actually design, like, a cabin to sleep in. And not to have to dock to K-Leg to survive, etc., etc. The other thing I wanted to add was the intakes. So I'm going to be putting in Hydra intakes here and here. And yeah, they're not perfectly walkable, but it's good enough. And that will dramatically increase the amount of thrust fuel that I have available to me. Because when you go to make burns to other zones, you will need to use a lot of fuel to get out of the wake zone. Basically, you can't use your fusion drive as a means of thrust until you're well outside of the well-trafficked areas of common zones. Which means you need to get out of the common areas before you do stuff like that. That's just the popo going, hey, you good? You licensed? And yeah, I'm licensed. I'll put an IR sensor on the back, because I'm going to want IR sensors in the rear as well as the front. So I'll probably put an IR sensor eventually here and here, 2 in the front, 1 in the rear. Maybe more in the rear if I find more. Other things I wanted to add, that's for sale, was thrusters, and I'll get the thruster, I'll put like a thruster in here, or in here, whatever. Eventually, but I'm not going to do that right now. Just out of time. But yeah, grab the second Hydra and throw that in as well. And I might as well wire these Hydras up. It's only like 4 more conduit. Drop a stack of conduit and restore it. Whatever, I'm just going to install the partial conduit. You'd have to split the stack up if you didn't. So the power slot for the Hydras is the center. And then it takes 4 nitrogen tanks instead of a Kang, which just takes the 1. Which is why they're very, very space efficient. And weight efficient. Oh, yep, there we go. That cable died. Oh boy. And that one, okay, I'm getting tired of this. And this is why you want to repair your cables ahead of time, because they keep blowing out. Restore. So you can see why my overcaution that I did before was not, like, ridiculous when I didn't plug it in and restored all the cables in the line, because, like, I did just double blowout cables back to back to back. Alright, and then just to go a little over the time, the last thing that is reasonable to do right now is to at least install, like, some nitrogen, like, I know the kind of token nitrogen tanks, but install some token nitrogen tanks in. But one of the reasons up until now is I've been running on battery power, which means I didn't really want to put in, like, a lot of electrical components into the ship, because every additional electrical component added to the ship reduces how long I was able to stay on the boneyard, because I wasn't generating my own power. But now that I'm generating my own power, I can have Hydras and thrusters, and yeah, I can have whatever I want plugged in, because I'm not that previous constraint is no longer there. And I could also get rid of the Kangs in my cabin, exactly, and sell them, and free up 6 space in my cabin. Granted, this isn't my cabin. That's not eventually going to be my cabin, but point stands. So let's just... And a lot of these N2 cans are like, they're damaged and they need repair, but they're not electrical, so being damaged and not electrical is far less of an issue. With the latest update, it's the stuff that's powered on and damaged. That's the real trouble. Now, there is a dead zone. Like, this spot here, I can't repair reasonably, but I could always uninstall this wall if I ever need it, because it's not a pressurized area, so it doesn't really matter if I install the wall or not. It doesn't vent anything out. And once we get back to K-Leg, I will obviously pay to have these canisters topped up. But nitrogen gas isn't all that expensive. It's apparently common in the belt. And I've been trying... actually, that's not true. I have been lucky in that most of the cans I've been uninstalling are indeed decently full. Like, some of them are like 80s or 90s. This one was like 90%. Which means once it's restored, I won't have a big fuel bill. Let's see. I guess I'm going for this one then. And it's not impractical to have like uninstalled canisters of nitrogen or oxygen as backup, much the way that you can have a backup battery on a power switch. So if you run out of power, you have like at least one more battery that you can flick on. That's a level of caution that is like not unreasonable, because it's pretty common to just like run out of thrust fuel or oxygen or power out in deep space, and having a backup for like oh god, I wasn't attentive enough and now I feel very screwed is smart. Is very, very smart. Martius, thank you for the resub. So I'm just gonna race through the restoration of these cans, and that will be the end of the stream. But I would say, oh, I'm still missing a can. Derp. You know what I'm gonna do? King, you're coming with me. I'll use this can. This is a pretty decent, efficient use of space, I would say, for the reactor room. It's a pretty full reactor room that still has, like, walkability. Because that's, like, a big deal. If you can't walk around the room, you can't restore the things in the room. And that means maintenance becomes very difficult to do without having to disassemble things. Alright. Damage Overlay says I'm done, other than the heavy water tank. So friends, this is where I'm going to leave off for today. Thank you for tuning in to Ostranauts Fire in the Hold, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments below. I'm not, however, looking for feedback. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Stay safe out there flying around K-Leg.